Well, hello, hello, baby. This is your lovely Misty Stone, and you are watching Webster Style with me.
Swag ass them boss. Is that bow tie?
And welcome to another edition of the Sartorial and Geek podcast by Webster Style, where we talk about bow ties, comic books, and everything in between. I'm your host, Webster Style, the man, the voice, the fragrance, coming back one more time. Man, we have a jam-packed show this week. Let's jump right into the download now. This week's game is about as retro as you can get, especially when it comes to, maybe not as retro as you can get, but definitely one of the OGs of the first-person shooter genre. It's one that's solidified Valve as a dominant player in the video game industry, and it is hard to believe that we are currently celebrating this game's 25th anniversary. The fact that 1998 was 25 years ago is scary. But we're talking about none other than Half-Life. It is currently on Steam. It was free for a hot second, and it is currently listed at 99 cents until the 28th. So by the time this goes up, you got about 24 plus hours to snag it before it goes back up to $9.99. This is, again, what can you say about Half-Life? As someone who wasn't that much into first-person shooters and still aren't, Half-Life was a game that everybody knew of. Everybody just loved, and I wasn't a big PC gamer back then. I'm still not, but I did snag this bad boy being 99 cents, and especially on the computers that I run, it'll work, and it has worked just fine. But it was named Game of the Year by over 50 publications when it was released. Valve's debut title turns 25 as it continues to blend action and adventure with award-winning technology to create a frighteningly realistic world where players must think to survive. Also includes an exciting multiplayer mode that allows you to play against friends and enemies from around the world. Now, I have to say, since I have been playing Half-Life, I realized why people loved it so much. For 1998, it was a first-person shooter that really defined the genre. I have to say that I think GoldenEye was 97 and this was about 98 around that time. So we had two of the most genre defining FPSs right then and there. And then a couple years later we had Halo, which just turned everything upside down. And Halo 2 came out on the same day as Half-Life 2 in 94. So, it was a good time to be an FPS fan. But get Half-Life, the original one now while you can, while it's just 99 cents. That's right, 99 cents. Next up, we have a short take. My man Brian Saff and I over at the NRW Nerds of the World, we did a reaction to the new Ghostbusters film, the direct sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And while I am a humongous Ghostbusters fan, this trailer was good. It wasn't great. And again, I understand it's a teaser trailer, but one of the things I did think it did right, it captured, and I cannot find this trailer anywhere. It may be for Ghostbusters 2, but there is a scene that starts off with playing Cruel Summer, and they are in New York City. They as in like the people, the scene sets in New York City, traffic jam, grid. And I feel like we've seen this before when it comes to the advertising of a Ghostbusters film. It was probably Ghostbusters 2, but I'm not entirely sure. But it really captured the feeling of Ghostbusters. It seems like a departure from some of the themes they have set up before, but I don't know. It could be more in line with, and I think many of us who grew up on the Ghostbusters have very fond memories of the real Ghostbusters animated series and how there were such named and sophisticated and smart villains during the run of that show. And we are very much looking to have some of that real Ghostbusters vibe and storytelling incorporated into the mainline Ghostbusters films. So maybe Afterlife will do that. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Check out our full reaction, myself and Brian Saff over the NRW. Links in the show notes. Well, speaking of reviews and movies, I got a chance to sit down and watch Blue Beetle the other day. And Blue Beetle is one of those movies that I was very sad because it came out during a writer's strike, and even sadder because It was the next DC movie after The Flash, which was absolute garbage. Oh my goodness. Skip The Flash. Don't watch it. This movie was really good. You know how you watch a movie and you know, telegraph what's going to happen, how things are going to happen, because it's standard superhero fare. There was some of that there, a lot of it there, but it was okay. The lead actor, I believe his name is Sholo. I'm not sure. I'm not pronouncing. He was great in this role. I love the family aspect of this movie. George Lopez steals the show. So hilarious, so funny. And even the resolution with the villain at the end wasn't something you necessarily saw coming, but it fit the overall story that they told of the villain throughout the movie. I really enjoyed this movie. I love the special effects. Especially The Flash just left such a bad taste in my mouth when it came to not just DC movies, but superhero movies in general, with the abysmal special effects. And again, we can talk about Marvel and some of the crap they've been doing lately too. But I really enjoyed the special effects in this movie. I enjoyed the practical effects with the suit. The suit looked amazing. It was just a fun movie from beginning to end. And I really wish the movie had a better chance of doing better when it's in the theaters, because this is one of those movies that, based on its quality and how much fun was had watching it, is one that really deserved to excel at the box office. And because of a confluence of many different circumstances, it just did not. Luckily, the Blue Beetle character is being carried over into the new DC universe with James Gunn. So we'll be seeing more of this character going forward, and I'm very excited about that. For me, this character is probably the brightest spot of the DCEU, the best thing to come out of that whole series of films, because I think that they have a hit on their hands and a character that has mass appeal. And also, more importantly, I loved the touching on the Latin culture. And again, everybody's culture is different, and Latin culture is different depending on where you're from. But I loved how they touched on aspects that could relate to not just myself as an African American, but people of different Latin cultures, even indigenous cultures. There was just so many themes there that really spoke to me and were translated very well by the cast and the writing of this movie. So I definitely check out Blue Beetle if you have not checked it out already. I highly recommend it. So let's get into some interviews. Well, myself and Kuya P, we traveled up to New Jersey to check out Exotica DC, and we got a plethora of interviews. So right now we're gonna go rapid fire. We talked to the legend, Misty Stone, and you already heard her doing the drop at the beginning of the show. Legend Misty Stone talking about how the industry has changed her life, talking with Foxxy, or T.S. Fox as some people know, as a transgender actress who's been in the industry more than a decade. I was very curious to find out from her perspective how things have changed as far as in the industry, and specifically the industry when it comes to trans women. And then we talked to our old favorite nurse, Jay Becky. She's having some life-changing events. She's settling down a bit, but we talked to her about anime and fragrance as always. And then we talked to Hazel Grace, who is a beautiful cosplayer. Check out her Instagram feed. She has some great cosplay. At the time of this recording, the last one she had up, or I should say time of when we met, the last one she had up was a great one of sort of a classic costume of Storm, which was just done so well. So she really loves her cosplay, and such a geek and a humongous college football fan as well. And then we end up with Donica Onyx, who was one of the Exotica hotties performing during the course of the show. And she was so sweet. She knew her fragrance. She knew what she loved. And she has such an entrepreneurial spirit. Just a really great person to talk to and hang around. So those are my interviews. And when we come back, we'll talk about the fragrance of the week, which is an oldie but a goodie. What's going on, everybody? It's Webster Style. We're here with a legend. We're here with the one and only
Misty Stone. Misty, how are you doing today?
Oh, I am fucking wonderful, baby. Just wonderful. Fantastic. We're at Exotica. We are in New Jersey, and we're here with the fucking fans. Of course I'm having a good time. Don't I look like it?
Yes, you do. I love that. One of the things that I've really loved just interacting with Vidal Stars is the appreciation for the fans that so many of you have. Someone who has had career longevity like you definitely knows how to appreciate the fans, but what has the adult industry done for your life?
Wow. Shit. Keep it real. Porn saved my fucking life. Yeah, in my opinion, shit, my story, my whole testimony, like, if it wasn't for porn, I'd probably be in Inglewood in the ghetto with fucking 4 kids and 4 baby daddies living with my mama. Like, just something really ridiculous. It opened my world to so much more. I got to travel the world. I got to see new people, meet people like me that were walking in the same aspect of life, and not letting society make us feel as if it was wrong. You know, now you get to walk with other people who have the same, you know, values and morals as you, and it's nothing wrong with that. And it just made me a better human being altogether. So fuck yeah, porn saved my life, made me healthier. I am very educated with my body, my sex. You know, I'm very sex educated. I'm educated with taking care of my body. You know, I know how to. I ain't no doctor now, but I know the symptoms and I know how to go to the doctor, you know, whereas other people are just not as educated. They don't go to the doctor as much, you know. So, I don't know. It's just a wonderful thing. So, hell yeah. Love porn. And if it wasn't for porn, I'd probably be a little ghetto girl at my mama house with 4 kids and 4 baby daddies. So, thank you, porn.
Well, thank you, Point as well. I got one last question for you. What is your favorite fragrance?
Oh, my goodness. Coco Chanel Mademoiselle, baby. Now, what I do is I put the Victoria's Secret Bare Vanilla as a body spray, as a base, because the vanilla is actually the base for the Coco Chanel. So the vanilla goes very well underneath it, and it just, yeah, when you smell that on me, oh yeah.
Okay, we got to hold up because you talking about, you know what you're talking about. You're talking about layering now, right? So what other fragrances do you like?
That's it.
Oh, that's it? That's your go-to. That's your signature.
That is the Bare Vanilla as the base, and then the Coco Chanel Mademoiselle. But I ain't going to tell you which one. Figure it out yourself, baby.
There you have it. Misty Stone, the living legend. Webster Style, we're out. Webster Style here, the man, the voice of fragrance, and we're here with the Foxxy one himself, Foxxy. Now, one of the things I've been dying to ask you, because I wanted to meet you last year in D.C., it didn't happen, but you've had such a long career. How has the industry changed since you started?
Well, the industry, for the trans part of the industry, or just in general?
And for the trans part of it.
Okay, I think just with technology alone, you have to always keep up with technology, right? So no matter what the new fad is, you have to keep up with it because technology is always, you know, evolving. So you have to like go with the flow, and in order to keep up, you have to evolve too. So now we have all these content creators who aren't technically porn stars, but now they're able to shoot their own content, and now we incorporated them as part of the industry, just like we did with the webcam girls, the webcam models, and you know, the porn stars. So we integrated into one big industry, adult industry, which I like, because now we all feel like we're all part of one big community. So that's awesome. Being like the tube sites as well, for instance, Pornhub being one of the biggest tube sites. Before, they were against us and would, you know, pirate all of our stuff, and they made tons of money. But now they are working with us and gave us a platform, and now we've become a community where we're able to showcase our talents, and all these content creators and porn stars are able to put their stuff on there and actually make money off our stuff from views, just like kind of like how YouTube is. You know, you get so many likes and subscribers, you make money. So they've done that with us, which is awesome, because now we don't have an enemy out there. Now we're all again together as one big happy family. And as for the trans part of the industry, it's come a long way. I remember people would get blacklisted if they would shoot with us. I mean, there's still to this day, but not so much. But there was a lot of companies, I would say, like talent agencies, that wouldn't allow their talent to shoot with us because they said it would ruin their image. So we were kind of getting bashed from all directions. The gay community, whether they were bisexual, known to be bisexual, not even they could shoot with us if they were with an agency in the gay part of the industry because, again, you shoot with the trans, your career is done. And that's how it was for a long time. And it was kind of sad. But over time, everything just, people started crossing over and they started realizing like, wow, this is what I wanted. Whoa, it draws a lot of traffic. And us being like one of, we were considered a niche back then and it was taboo. And now we've become one big industry. So, we become more mainstream and, now it's like crossing over is not a big deal anymore. It's more common. And now you see some of the biggest names in porn shooting with trans. And it's just like, it's amazing to see that. And yeah, it's at a good point right now.
It's definitely something that I've seen in the industry as well. And I think that, a lot of those barriers have been broken, at least from, outside looking in. I'm going to ask you one last question before, people are waiting to see you. What is your favorite fragrance?
Ooh, well, you know what? I'm all about scents. Like, I love cologne, candles, perfumes, anything that smells good. I'm like, what is that? Because I love scents. My favorite fragrance. Ooh, that's hard. Gosh, I'll pick one. I would say Lost Cherry from Tom Ford is probably like one of my favorites, but there's so many.
Tom Fords are good. I'm a fan of Black Orchid myself, so yeah, Tom Ford is really good. All right, Foxxy, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Foxxy702, and my OnlyFans is also Foxxy702. And because of Instagram, they've been canceling out a lot of the adult industry's, accounts. So I'm already like on my fourth account. And that one is I am the number 2, Foxxy, the number 4, and the letter U. And my website is clubfoxy.com. So just remember, Foxxy is with 2 X's. So yeah, I had to distinguish myself on the internet, so I had to add another X. Or you can put TS Foxxy. That's another way, but I don't like putting TS because why do I have to tell everyone I'm a TS, right?
Right. Well, Foxxy, thank you very much. Webster Style, we out. What's going on, everybody? It's Webster Style back here again with Nurse J. Becky. Now, a lot has changed for you since the last time we spoke last year. You're getting a bit more settled. You aren't going to be traveling anymore. So when you get settled, what's the first thing you're going to do?
First thing I'm going to do, well, I'm attending orientation for my new job. But I'm definitely going to like snuggle in my bed and watch some anime. I haven't like been able to just binge in a very long time. So I'm just going to relax and like kick back and be with my stuffies and just watch some anime for a while.
Okay, I figured that was going to be part of your answer. So what anime are you going to be watching?
Well, I'm rewatching One Piece because I have to start over, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to catch up on Rent a Girlfriend because there's like a new season out. Rising of the Shield Hero has a new season. I'm trying to stay on top of it, but I've been like really busy. And Spy Family too.
You're rewatching One Piece. You actually plan on going to your job, right?
I know. That's a whole endeavor on its own. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm only on like episode 25 because I forgot where I left off, so I had to start over again.
episode 25.
I know, and it's like 1,000. It's like over 1,000 episodes. So, but I did see the live action, and it was really good. Like, it was really accurate. Although there's like a few spoilers in there, but it was still really good.
Okay. All right. So, any changes in the fragrance, or you still rocking Lacombe?
Let me tell you, the Lancome is definitely undefeated. Like, I've been wearing it all year. It's the only scent that I wear. People love it, so I just stick with it.
All right. Well, you know where to find her. Where can we find you?
You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at Nurse J Becky. Also on the Galaxy app at Nurse J Becky as well.
What's going on, everybody? It's Webster Style, the man, the voice, the fragrance, and we're here with, well, if you were here, you'd be mesmerized like we are. We're here with Onyx. Onyx, how are you?
Hi, how y'all doing?
Doing good. Well, good after your performance.
Yeah, I'm shaking ass and taking names.
Yes. Hey. Yes, you are. Now, I see that you're a fashion designer. Tell me about your business.
So I do custom exotic wear, anything from a 2-piece or 1-piece. Like you can have extravagant things. So my company is called Mom, Sissy, and I. So it's mild, spicy, or ignorant. I think I'm a little ignorant today, you know. So yes, I have shoes, I have clothes. I go to a size 3XL and I go to a size 13 in shoes. So I got something for everybody.
That sounds good. Sounds good. All inclusive. Now, one last question before you get back to, well, mesmerizing the crowd. What's your favorite fragrance?
My favorite fragrance, I have two. I can't pick between one. So it's Bulgari, and then I like Pink Crystal by Versace.
Definitely Versace. Now, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, OnlyFans. My name is the same. It's Donica Onyx with 2 X's, okay? 2 of them, real naughty.
Now, I had an absolute blast talking to everyone there, and we have more coming up over, really, I think all of the rest will be in next week's podcast, so stay tuned to have even more interesting and colorful guests next week. Now, let's talk about fragrance, and this is one that I keep coming back to that just is something about the fall that makes me want to wear this fragrance, and it is none other than Blue Cedar and Cypress from Cremo. Now, this one features notes of blue cedar wood, cypress, and a citrus zest. It is so much more of a fragrance than you think based on this cost. You can find this anywhere from $20 to $30, depending on where you go. It is one that has such a beautiful woodsy smell. I get sort of it's light but heavy at the same time. I personally always get this sort of firewood sort of smell or feeling when I wear this, but minus the smokiness. It is one that lasts a long time on my skin. I get all day performance from this one. Of course, I am prone to overspray just a tad bit, at least when it comes to this one, because this is actually my first experience with the House of Cremo, and it is one that got me really to understand the quality of the brand for a very inexpensive price. So I really enjoy it. It is one that I always recommend, especially this time of year. And a lot of times they have them in a gift pack, which is how I purchased this fragrance a few years ago, in a gift pack with the actual body wash. So, you know, they have that around so you can get it on a really good discount. So that's my fragrance of the week, an old favorite of mine, Blue Cedar and Cypress by Cremo Company. So that's it for this week. But remember, I am always online, always around the net, giving you content everywhere I can. And of course, it'd be great if you could support. You know, if you just want to listen, that's fine. But if you want to support, that's all good as well. Make sure you check out Basil and Sage subscription box. It is that time of year if you're looking for an interesting and unique gift for a loved one. Their subscription boxes are top notch. They run for $50 a pop, usually just for a box outright, as well as a monthly full subscription. Is it monthly? I think it's monthly. Anyway, But if you use the code SatorianGeek10, you can get 10% off your purchase. And I will say that you get a whole lot more than that $50 in that box. So I have been getting the boxes for the past few months, and for the most part, I use everything that come out of them. In this most recent box for Thanksgiving, we got the mud towels, we got the cranberry sauce, which is really good. We got the Meal Zack macaroni and cheese seasoning, which I used, which was really good. It was a great seasoning. It didn't quite work the way I thought it would, but with the cheese that I used, it mixed very well with the flavor of the cheese, and it was really, really good. As well as some hand soap, and I forget the other item that, it's candle. Yes, the cranberry marmalade candle. It was very, very, very aromatic and very perfect for the season. So that's Basil and Sage. Check them out, basilandsage.com. Also, you can also become a patron of the channel at the $1, $3, and $5 tiers, becoming a producer, associate producer, or executive producer at those tiers respectively. Also, check out Pete and Pedro. They have an amazing sale going on right now, especially with their fragrances, and I love their fragrances. Use the link in the show notes to get 10% off your first purchase. And if you are looking for a new energy drink, you're tired of those sugary sweet monsters and all those good things, try W Energy Drink. You can get 10% off your first purchase using code Webster Style 10. Now this one is one that I use. I get no kickbacks. It's El Viejo Coffee. Use the code Webster Style to get 10% off your first purchase at checkout. And I drink El Viejo Coffee every morning. The La Maria Dark is my favorite, and every single morning I'm drinking a cup, and I need to re-up on that one. So let's talk about where you can find me all over the place. Of course, I'm over at Nerds Rule the World at least twice weekly, once with my man Brian Sav talking about the latest and greatest in video games on the NRW Checkpoint. And then I'm talking with my man and legend Kuya P and the voiceover king Sean Mongold, talking about wrestling. And if you've been around this week, there's a whole lot to talk about in wrestling over at the Kayfabe Baby, the NRW Ring Generals podcast. Of course, you can find me on social media, Instagram at Webster Style and Sartorian Geek, Twitter or X Webster Style, and of course TikTok _Webster Style. You can find anything and everything that is Webster Style at websterstyle.com. And remember, drop me a line, info@websterstylemagazine.com. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your listening ear. And remember, stay safe out there and be blessed.
Tree Green Tuesday. Had to be Bow Tie Thursday. Had to be White Wednesday. I know last time. Well, I wore polka dot. You didn't wear. Miss Million, them heels killing them, but I'm sure it's a Thursday. Bow Tie Thursday. Pasta cream in your heels looking sharp, babe. Acting like you don't know the rules up in the workplace. Must I remind you it was till on your birthday? Don't get me wrong, I think we killed in the birthdays. And you picked the hella fit for the church day. Let's say you picked the risk game poet. Now you got the floor filled with bras that you purchase. Pick a color scheme that can match the berry corset. Berry cream, we can make a little scene. Cause no one man should have all that styling. Take it off, clothes on the floor piling. No one girl should fit it all in them jeans. So take it up and let me see what's under them seams. Cause no one man should have all that styling. Take it off, clothes on the floor piling. No one girl should fit it all in them jeans. So take it up and let me see what's under them seams. And see what it seems. If it is what it seems. Do it again. Chicks be looking thick in leggings, you know what I mean? I don't know. Take a hint though, don't try to get me at a moment. Mint though, smoking hot, rocking this pin so thin. Tie hairline, looking like a skin so pimp. No lie, I'm sharper than a utensil. Instrumental, plain dang, homie. I was hoping we could walk out with that bang bang, honey. See them plain James, honey. Them lame frames, funny. We tell it fit it crazy like that thing came on me. Hey, mommy, liquor lady, main thing. Want me on the scene, fit popping like a main vein, running blood color lips, smashing with the hang. Clutch money, holding back. Kinda funny, can you tell me what's the price tag of the Range Rover? Hang on me when we walking, looking Gucci like that thing sprayed on me. Walking with a limp like an ankle sprained on me. Yeah, I rock the cardigan, she don't really want me because one man should have all that styling. Take it off, clothes on the floor piling. No one girl should fit it all in them jeans. So take it off and let me see what's under them seams.
Oh, you wanted to? Oh, I completely read that wrong.